Are millennial parents overly sensitive? Whenever I engage in conversations with fellow moms of toddlers, a reoccurring theme revolves around challenges we face. How our children can be exasperating, the need for personal space, and the overwhelming feeling of being overstimulated. It's noteworthy that most of us only have one or two kids. This leads me to ponder on the sanity of moms from previous generations who gracefully handled the responsibility of raising 4, 5, or even 6 children. Did they openly discuss the difficulties they encountered? Were they aware of their frustrations and struggles, or did they simply accept their circumstances without complaint? Perhaps as millennial moms, we tend to express our grievances more because we had children later in life. Could it be that having a more involved partner has made us more attuned to our own needs? I distinctly recall a weekend when I had sole parenting duties for my 3.5-year-old, and by Sunday, I must confess, I found it hard to tolerate him. Do you buy your kids gifts just because? Lately, I've been contemplating whether I may be excessively buying toys for my kids. When you go shopping for your children, do you approach it with specific occasion in mind, such as only purchasing toys for their birthday or Christmas? Or do you primarily consider your budget, setting a spending limit like $25, and only exploring options within that range? Alternatively, do you prioritize the developmental benefits a toy can provide, making educational toys seem like a more valuable and worthwhile investment? Personally, I tend to focus on what would bring the most enjoyment to my baby boy. I'm constantly on the lookout for things that would bring him immense delight, and when I come across something, I can't help but make the purchase. Seeing him happy and joyful during playtime is my ultimate goal. Sometimes, it feels as though I'm among the few parents who prioritize their child's happiness in today's world, where many seem more concerned about academic achievement and getting ahead in school. Why do we teach boys to pee standing up? As a parent of a 6-month-old boy, I've begun researching and preparing for the upcoming potty training stage. To my surprise, I discovered a wealth of studies and research that strongly support the health benefits of men urinating while sitting. It turns out that standing while urinating hinders the relaxation of the pelvic floor muscles and fails to completely empty the bladder, potentially leading to future health issues. Moreover, it is considerably less hygienic, as the splashing effect spreads bacteria in the surrounding area. Interestingly, I've come across numerous arguments from men against teaching boys to pee sitting, primarily due to concerns about potential ridicule from their peers. Personally, I find this reasoning quite absurd compared to the undeniable medical and hygienic advantages. My kid's dad told her I yelled at his girlfriend. I refrain from raising my voice at anyone. In fact, I don't have a direct means of communication with this woman. Due to our conflicting schedules, I haven't seen her in weeks when I pick up my child. My child's girlfriend, referred to as BDGF, repeatedly borrowed my child's phone charger, which annoyed my child. On one occasion, she even took another charger from my house to her dad's place. Since the father and I communicated exclusively through the talking parent apps, I messaged him requesting that he return my child's charger. He agreed to send it back to my house, but I expressed that my child's belongings should be able to stay at his house without disappearing. Yesterday, when my child brought both chargers home and questioned why, she mentioned that she was upset with me for supposedly yelling at BDGF. Curious about this, I asked her why she believed that, to which she explained that her dad had told her. I reassured her that I hadn't yelled at anyone, and she was visibly relieved. I am still deeply angered by the fact that he fabricated a lie to paint me in a negative light to our child. It frustrates me that he involved her as a messenger and needlessly transformed a straightforward conversation into a fight. During previous therapy sessions, my therapist suggested that we decorated my child's charger, as this issue is not really about the charger itself, but rather about her ability to charge her phone. However, I haven't yet discussed the aspect of her lying yet. How to stay sane. Currently, I find myself in the role of a stay-at-home mom, caring for both a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old with autism. Unfortunately, I don't have access to a car as my husband requires it, even on weekends for work purposes. Moreover, the lack of sidewalks in my area and the intense Texas heat make it impractical to venture outside past 8 a.m. Compounding matters, my family resides in another country, leaving me without any support or social life. There is nobody nearby for miles around. As a result, I feel trapped within the confines of my house, 24/7, and I'm seeking ideas to keep my children entertained. The monotony of repeating the same activities every day has left me feeling emotionally drained. Unfortunately, I don't have the financial means to hire a babysitter. And even if I did, I wouldn't be able to go anywhere myself. Overly chatty kid? Our 5-year-old daughter, whom we refer to as Lori, possesses an incredible gift for gab, which as an introvert can sometimes become overwhelming for me. Throughout the day, she engages in constant conversation, sharing anecdotes about events from both recent and distant past. She often recounts familiar stories repeatedly, such as the time she fell and got hurt while at the park with her daddy. Despite having heard these tales multiple times on different occasions, she still feels compelled to share them again again. It seems that Lori seeks ongoing validation that her words are being heard and that she is correct. Consequently, she frequently punctuates her statements with phrases like right or okay until she receives the acknowledgement she seeks. In addition, Lori has a tendency to ask questions she already knows the answer to or deliberately poses incorrect queries. For instance, when we discuss rhyming words, she may ask if cat and hat rhyme, even though she is aware they do, as it was one of the primary examples I used to explain rhyming. Similarly, she might inquire if bat and fly rhyme, despite knowing they don't. Furthermore, Lori has a curious nature and frequently asks why for various matters. Even when I provide answers, she continues to inquire, leading to a cycle of repeated questioning. Lori often interrupts adult conversations or seeks attention while I'm on a phone call, craving interaction and engagement. I find myself wondering if this is normal behavior or if other parents have encountered similar situations with their children. I make a conscious effort not to label Lori as excessively talkative, and I never express such sentiments towards her, as I am mindful of safeguarding her self-esteem. However, there are occasions when I gently remind her of the need for quiet time, but regrettably, she often disregards this request unless I offer her the iPad, which I genuinely strive to avoid. How to tell my son his dad isn't his real dad? I've come to realize that I should have addressed this situation earlier and set things straight. I deeply regret my decision to wait until this late stage in my life to share this information, as it is causing me immense pain, and I am aware that it will hurt my son even more. To provide some context, my son's biological father has never been involved in his life. He has never seen him, provided any financial support, and has shown no interest in being a part of his life. On the other hand, I am now engaged to a wonderful partner who has been with me since the beginning, and we have a 6-year-old son together. How and when to tell my child about his biological father?